So today I wanted to do a video about the things that I wish I knew before I quit my job. So for those of you who don't know, I did actually quit my job back in the end of July, and it's been almost nearly 4 months now, and lots of good things have happened, some bad things have happened, and I wanted to basically talk about it, and hopefully this will give some people some knowledge, insight, and hopefully some helpful tips into what you're going to do if you do plan on quitting your job. So the reason I actually left my job back in July was I wasn't really enjoying what I was doing. I was actually training to be an accountant, and I didn't really enjoy it that much. I didn't see myself doing what my superiors were doing, and I didn't really see much of a future there. So I decided to quit my job, but obviously I did have a plan. So I obviously had this YouTube channel, which was part of this plan, and I've also been doing some video editing and some videography as well, helping some people out. So now I'm here and I'm still alive. I'm still paying my rent. I'm still in the same place for now anyway. But yeah, that's my story. So I'll start with the not so good stuff because that's how I like to do it. I like to get the bad news first and then the good news after, because yeah, dessert is always good news, isn't it? What? Chatting absolute. Anyway. So it's not as liberating as you might think. So if you want it in a more blunt way, quitting your job will not solve all your problems. I didn't think that this was the case. I didn't think that quitting my job would solve all my problems, but I did think that it would help me, and I did think that it would be the best option for me, for my happiness and for my future, and so far it is, but it hasn't solved all of my problems. A lot of people who do quit their job to do a side business, a side hustle into a full business, a full hustle, think that's going to solve the problem.
Now I can do whatever I want, I can be free, there's no boss holding me back.
But it's not really the same. You've probably got more things to worry about when you are self-employed, when you have your own business to run, than when you're just working for someone else. You've just got to be very wary of that it's not going to solve all your problems, and it'll probably give you more problems, unfortunately, but they hopefully will lead into a better place. And secondly, no boss equals no 9-to-5 schedule, which can be difficult to navigate. So for me, 9 to 5 was quite useful because it meant that I could just do all my hours of work in between there, and it was quite helpful for me. But now that I can choose my own sort of schedule, it hasn't been quite the same, haven't been doing the same hours, struggling to find a rhythm. I'm sort of over that now. I'm getting steady and doing what I need to do. However, I was getting to a point where I was like, I can just do whatever I want. Let's just go to the gym. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a coffee. So you definitely need to be strict with yourself. Everyone's pretty much working 9 to 5. So you might be working when everyone else is working, if you know what I mean. And then you can take your free time and take your days off and when you need. But I think, especially when you're just starting out in a new business, you need to be there pretty much most of the time and working. So that was one of the errors that I sort of made. And the next point is, what will go wrong will go wrong. So there's an old phrase for you that's probably been around a billion years. So the best tip for this, I would say, is if you don't have an emergency fund, if you don't have spare cash in your bank account before you quit your job, don't even bother thinking about it. You don't have the spare cash that will last you a couple of months, just if everything does go wrong, because it will go wrong, I promise. For example, me, first month that I quit my job, my car needed 500 quid worth of servicing. Other things have happened, parking tickets, blah blah blah. Not just my car. So in my work life, we've had issues with microphones, cameras, blah blah blah, laptops not working, having to buy more storage because you run out of storage, buying new editing software, blah blah blah. You'd be fine if you were still at your 9 to 5 because you'd be money will be a bit tight this month. But when you're running your own business, you have to be very prepared for it to go tits up. So a bit difficult, but it's all part of the fun and games, isn't it, really? So now on to a few more positive things, because you got to finish with a positive, with the good news, as I said earlier. So let's go. So firstly, I learned to go above and beyond for my clients and for myself. Once you work with people, you want to be going above and beyond, to infinity and beyond. If you've been asked to do this amount of work, just do that extra 10%. Do something, add something different, add a little bit of spice.
Let me add a little bit of spice.
that person might want to work with you again in the future. They might refer you to someone. All of this stuff, there's lots of extra things that come from just doing that extra bit of work and not doing 95% to 110%. And then honestly, the good things will come. And secondly, networking is key. So if you are starting out a new business and you need people to use your services, you sort of need everyone to know that you're available. So once you've told your friends and family and stuff like that, you don't have to shout it off the rooftops, but you can like casually bring it into conversations and stuff like this. People will naturally, if you're a nice person and you're good at what you're doing, they'll naturally just be like, oh, this guy does this. He might be able to help you. And just make sure you ask people questions. You be very, very nice, because you never know who you might be talking to, what piece of work might come from it. So, for example, obviously I've made videos about me leaving my job and doing video editing and stuff like that. And I've actually got one piece of work to someone who saw my video and was like, oh, this person is actually looking for a videographer. It didn't work out the first time, but I actually worked with them last week and it was really good. It doesn't have to be an immediate thing, but it is a long-term plan. It's a long-term vision. And this is quite a new skill for people that go from a 9 to 5 to doing self-employed work or business work, whatever, because you don't really have to network properly when you're at work. You basically just talk to people. You don't have to like network people in order to get money from them. You just talk to them and just be nice and just be friendly and as normal. But when you actually need something or you need to work on a project, blah, 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 it's a different kettle of fish. You need to have your elevator pitch for yourself ready to go and tell people what you do and why you're so good at it. So I hope I'm selling myself, and if you do need a videographer or video editor, then come to me, come to Papa. What? Oh, I might have to cut that. So there are plenty of positives, but this is the last one I'm going to say, is I no longer look forward to 5 p.m. So when I was working, I was like, get to 5 p.m. so I don't have to do this. Now, when it gets to 5 p.m, I'm like, oh, I wish it could be 5 p.m, could be 12 p.m. And then I've got an extra 5 hours to do this work, because there is so much to do. Like, time literally flies when you're having fun. That's the oldest cliche in the book, but it's true. It works. It happens. That's it. So yeah, for me, it did take me a few months to work this all out, and I'm sort of only landed on my feet now. I think I'm sort of getting into a rhythm, getting into the groove of things, working out how to work with other people and get the results that they want, and be able to do my own stuff as well. So it's a mixture of things. It's difficult, but it is fun. And I'm enjoying myself, and if you can't tell from my videos now, not that I'm putting too many out, but hopefully you can tell that I'm definitely in a better mood. I'm enjoying myself, and if you follow me on this Instagram, you can see what I do on a daily basis. It's just mad. A whole different world from accounting, and I'm very happy to be in it. So yeah, thank you for your support, and if you've made it this far, I appreciate you, and hopefully we'll see you next week when I talk about something different. And if you have any questions about this, if you have any particular questions, drop it in the comments. Maybe I could do another video about this in a few months' time, or if there's a follow-up that I could do. But if not, I'm not a millionaire, but I'm trying to help you become one. So, peace. I can mic drop now. Ow. I just dropped on my knee. My bad knee from rugby. I could have just sat here and talked. Maybe I'll do this next time. I'll just sit here. Camera's gonna die.